The topic for today's discussion is communications media. Communications media is one of the element of data communications. One computer connects with another computer through communications media. It could be different kinds of media which we are going to discuss. And a brief overview of what we have already discussed. We discussed about the network interface cards, hubs, bridges, repeaters, routers. All are basically network devices which help you to connect one machine to another machine. The physical connection is provided by network interfaces between network and the computer. Most of these, unlike modem, the most of NICs are internal. You have not seen any network card outside the machine. So basically fitted on the expansion slot of most of the machines inside the computers now. Bridge is much more intelligent, switch is much more intelligent, and repeater. A router is much more intelligent than all these devices which work at the lower layer. Routers operates on the higher level of network layer because layer 3 stage will talk about these various layers protocols. In the previous talk we discussed about the physical layer protocol and what are functionality of a physical layer protocols. They work at the signal levels, how the signal is going to be represented, high voltage, low voltage, how many bits can be transmitted. But network layer works at a different level. Here basically decide how the packet has to be routed from one machine to another machine, how congestions in the network can be handled. The term congestions I just like to explain to you with different kinds of example. It always happens when you make a call on your telephone and sometimes you don't get telephone connections. There is no connection, but sometimes you think there is something wrong with your telephone box or some wire going to from your home to outside telephone exchange and something like this. But it's not because of, sometimes it's not the reason that there is no dial tone on your computer. It happens because of there is huge congestions in the network, and from the exchange they switch off everything so that no calls should be further reduced unless the congestion is removed. So router handles these kind of issues also, whereas the repeaters, bridges, these switches, hubs, they don't deal with these kind of issues. Gateway, on the other hand, can accept data from formatted for one protocol and convert to data for another protocol before forwarding it. So they talk about two different kinds of network, two different kinds of protocol, and does this conversion from one protocol to another protocol. These topics have been discussed already. Now move to the communications media. We have already discussed many communications devices. Move to the communication media because you find the communication media which will carry over your signals. So communication media is an element in data communications, broadly defined as anything that can carry information from one point to another point, that is destination. So this is called communications media. So media which carries the data from one point to another point. Air is also a communication media when two people communicate. So when we talk to someone, we are using air as a communications media. Train, plane, any vehicles are all the communications media because they carry your message in form of letters and some other kind of things they carry. So they all are different kinds of communications media. But we are more concerned with the data communications. We have to send the data. In data communications, the definition of information and communication media is more specific. Communication media usually free space, metallic cable or fiber optics, satellites. They all are basically we mean these media basically. On data information usually converted into form of signal. So basically we are very specific that what kind of media, what is their data, and so on. So the use of electrical signal for long distance communication started with the invention of telegraph by Morse in 19th century. A telegraph, most people might not be using telegraph, they have not seen these kind of things now. But a telegraph is a device for transmitting and receiving messages over long distances using Morse code. and telegram is a message transmitted by a telegraph. So this was, so everything, the communications using electrical signal started with telegraph, but it was very slow, dependent on metallic medium. Telephone was, so later on the telephone came. Telephone was invented to carry human voice. Telephone communication at that time also needed a metallic medium to carry human voice in form of a signal. Unreliable communications due to poor quality of wire. That kind of, those were the days where the signal which the medium which carries the telephone signals not very good. But now still we have some problem, but lots of improvement are there. Then came wireless communications, started in 1895 when Hertz was able to send high frequency signals. Then came development of better metallic media like twisted pair, coaxial cable. They all started coming now. Use of optical fiber improved the quality of wires and increased the data rate significantly. Less noisy. Efficient use of free space, air, water, and vacuum due to modulation techniques. So basically, today we are able to use the free space also, means basically wireless also with a different kind of modulations techniques efficiently. Or you can say the most important, the point which I am trying to make is the modulation, new kinds of models. Not only there was improvement in communications media, but also the modulations technique which used for the sending of signal efficiently on communications media. Various communication media can be used for actual transmissions of communication of information. This point we have been talking about a number of different slides. But each communications media is different in terms of bandwidth, explained already, which measures the speed, the delay, the cost, ease of installations and maintenance. So this way one can make a difference between a particular media and another kind of media. Communication media can be roughly divided in two broad categories. What we say, guided and unguided media. Guided media includes twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, fiber optic cable. Twisted pair and coaxial cables use metallic, that is copper conductor, that accept and carry signal in form of electrical current. Optical fiber is a cable that carries signal in form of light. This is the basic difference. The oldest and still most common communication media, twisted pair cable. The most common application is the telephone systems. Most of the telephone use a twisted pair cable. Nearly all telephones are connected to telephone company by a twisted pair. Twisted pair can run several kilometers without amplifications of the signal. For longer distance, repeaters are they can do without amplifications. You can use several kilometers. Further, you require a repeater to regenerate the signals. So let me see the design, how basically designed. So two twisted pair cable consists of two conductors which are normally made of copper. Each conductor has its own plastic insulation, typically 1 millimeter thick, and these cables are twisted together. We will show you how the twisted pairs are designed. The wires are twisted in a helical form similar to a DNA molecule. Twisting is done to reduce crosstalk. Now, a crosstalk, the term is basically a form of interference in which signals in one cable induce electromagnetic interference in an adjacent cable. You should avoid the crosstalk. Always, sometimes in telephone, we see always that someone else's voice is coming now. It is a crosstalk. The twisting in twisted cabling reduces the amount of crosstalk that occurs. Crosstalks can be further reduced by shielding cables or physically separating them. This is various ways. You can see most of these transmission media are shielded. They are so that the crosstalk can be avoided. Crosstalk is a type of noise or interference that occurs when signal transmission on one cable or circuit interferes with another cable. The closer the wire are, the more likely crosstalk is over. So basically, purpose of the design of a better transmission media is to avoid this crosstalk. And we do twisting only. So just see here, this is example of a twisted pair cables where the two are twisted so that crosstalk can be reduced. If they are parallel, then more noise can happen in the system. The twisted pair are effective for relatively short distances, a few hundred feet, but can be used for a few kilometers also. But you have to use a repeater for this one. A twisted pair has a bandwidth to distance ratio of about 1 megahertz per kilometer. The performance of twisted pair can be substantially improved by adding a metallic shield around the wires. Shielded wires are much more resistant to thermal noise and crosstalk effects. You have a twisted pairs used for long distance connection. The telephone lines are usually organized as a much larger cable containing numerous twisted pairs. The number of twisted pair unit of length has some effects on the quality of the cable also. Twisted pair cabling comes in several varieties, two of which are very important, category 3 and category 4. Category 5 is similar to category 3 and has a more twist per centimeter, resulting in less crosstalk and better. So basically different version is coming, and category 3, category 5 are better than the earlier version. Now category 6 and 7 have come. Our new category of twisted pair cable capable of handling signals and bandwidth higher than what we have, 200 and 600 megahertz. All these are wiring types often referred to as the UTP, unshielded twisted pair. These are various specifications of a twisted pair because they are used in the networking. The category 6 are new category of twisted pair capable of handling signals, already explained. They are and used for analog. So the point which I am trying to make you, that they are used for analog and digital signals. The bandwidth of wires depends upon the thickness of wire and the distance traveled. Several Mbps can be achieved by few kilometers. Still used very widely due to adequate performance and cost. So still we use. Widely used in telephone lines to provide voice and data. The local loops commonly consist of UTP cables. In telephony, the local loop is the basically physical link or circuit that connects from the demarcations point of the customer's premises to the edge of the common carrier or telecommunication service provider. So here also we use the twisted pairs now. Used in DSL lines to provide high data rate also. So twisted pair, high broadband also we use the twisted pair cables. The coaxial cable is better shielding than twisted pair, so it can travel long distances. It carries signals of higher frequency ranges compared to twisted pair. Excellent noise immunity. Coaxial cable has a stiff copper wire at the core surrounded by insulating material. So and just see its design, how it looks, how it works, how it is designed. An insulating material is encased in an outer conductor of metal foil, braid, or combination of two. The outer metallic wrapping serves two functions. First, acts as a shield against noise, and second, acts as a second conductor to complete the circuit. Coaxial cable usually consists of 4 concentric cylinders. An inner conductor surrounded by insulating cylinder surrounded by an outer conductor. Finally, it is surrounded by final protective covers. You can see see how many layers we have. The outer has a cover. Then we have a outer conductor is there. Then inner conductor is there. Then insulation is there in between. Like twisted pair, multiple coaxes are usually housed into one cable, which may also contain twisted pairs. Coaxial cables are extremely used in LANs, long distance telephone line, trunk lines, also used in cable TV networks, Ethernet lines to do higher bandwidth. So it has very wide applications now. Then come to the optical cable. An optical fiber consists of 2 concentric cylinders, the inner core surrounded by a cladding. Both the core and the cladding are made of transparent plastic or glass materials which transmit signal in form of light. Optical fiber use reflections to guide light. through a channel. The density of core and cladding must differ sufficiently to reflect the beam of light instead of refracting it. The core is used for guiding a light beam, whereas the cladding, which has a different refractive index, acts as a reflector to prevent the light from the escaping from the core. So these are some of the, this is the design you can see of a optical cable. The core is used for guiding a light beam, whereas the cladding, which has a different refractive index, as a reflector to prevent the light from escaping from this one. The most important point here, which we are just want to highlight you, the last 2 points, supports bandwidth to distance ratio in order of hundreds of megahertz per kilometer. Like other cables, hundreds of optical fibers are usually housed within one cable. So it has a better. They are being increasingly used by the telecommunications carrier for long distance digital trend lines. People are saying that it is the optical fiber which will dominate the scene after a few years. The current trends promise that they will replace the twisted pair stencil loops in the near future. It is used in backbone networks. Cable T company use a combination optical fiber and the coaxial cables. So because of the strong noise immunity, the optical fibers are being used very extensively. The advantage of the optical cable, the higher bandwidth. Bandwidth, you remember we have discussed that this is the this is what we call, say, this is the data rate basically, which is measured into Mbps and gigabit per second. Mbps is the 1000 kbps, whereas the gigabits is 1000 Mbps. So higher bandwidth, it can support higher bandwidth and hence can transfer data at higher rate. Less signal attenuation, signal strength remains same rather than getting distorted, and can run for a longer distance, can run for around 50 kilometers without a regeneration of the signal. You don't require a repeater. It can go up to 50 kilometers now. Advantage, you have immunity to electromagnetic interference, that is very much important. Lighter than the most of these media which we have covered so far, more immune to tapping than the copper cables. Disadvantage also, you have installations or maintenance is bit higher side. It's a new technology that needs a expertise which is not available everywhere. Unidirectional propagation of light is unidirectional, and we need two fibers for bidirectional communications. The costly compared to these other two cables and interfaces used are relatively expensive. If I compare to twisted pair and coaxial cable, we find that the optical cables are a bit costly. Let's conclude now what we have discussed so far. We are talking about communications media, which is element of data communications. We have given just one passing reference that communications media can be as a guided media as well as unguided media. In this lecture, we are talking about guided media. Guided media are those that provide a conduit between two devices. Guided media includes the twisted pair, coaxial cable, fiber optic cable, and we give various features of all these communications media in terms of that how much they can carry, in terms of immunity, the cost, and the bandwidth. Coaxial cables can carry signals of a higher frequency as compared to twisted pair cable. Coaxial cables are extensively used in networks and Ethernet LANs due to the higher bandwidth and data rate. Advantage of optical fiber, that it offers higher bandwidth and has a less signal attenuation. So with this, we have discussed most of the parts of your data communications. Started with the signal data, how data is represented, the ASCII kinds of a standard we discussed. We discussed different types of communications devices, which are basically used for communications between one machine to another machines. So we talked about hubs, switches, routers, and then repeaters, gateway. All are part of the your data communication. So now you must have a clear-cut understanding about what exactly the data communications, representing data in form of a signal, deciding what is the bandwidth, what is the how many amplitude is required to represent 1 or 0, how to send your data, whether you are sending a 1 bit data, whether you are sending multiple bit data. Then the what is the role of a modem. We know that modem basically converts your signal from a digital signal, convert them into analog, and the term we used, what we call them, modulations, and again demodulates your signal to the digital form. We discuss in so much details, and finally we discuss the communications media in quite detail. At a later stage, we'll talk about the unguided kind of media. There is no physical communication as such. The different kinds of wireless media. So we'll go into details of the wireless media, and this is also going to be used quite extensively. With this, we try to conclude these sessions now.